Gear up, scooter fam. I'm of the opinion that 99% of scooter riders owe it to themselves to own a dual motor scooter. So if you're looking for a dual motor scooter that won't break the bank, you've come to the right place. Today we're diving into 5 options, all priced under $1,000, that offer thrilling performance and impressive features without emptying your wallet. Let's get rolling. First up, we have my personal commuter machine, the Hover One Journey Max. This bad boy boasts dual 350 watt motors, giving you a combined 700 watts of power for tackling hills and reaching a top speed of 20 miles an hour. With its 36 volt 10.4 amp hour battery, you can expect a real world range of up to 18 miles or so. Plus, it's currently on sale for under $500 on Amazon. A fantastic entry-level dual motor scooter. Next, we have the Hover One Renegade, another solid contender from Hover One. This one features dual 450 watt motors, giving you a combined 900 watts of power and top speed of 18 miles per hour. It's got a slightly longer range than the Journey Max, clocking in at around 33 miles of stated range. And with its 10-inch pneumatic tires, rear suspension, and rear disc brake, it offers a comfortable ride with stopping power. You can find the Renegade on Amazon for $3.99 at the moment, or $326.24 if you have the Capital One Rewards program. Now let's talk about the InMotion Climber. This scooter is designed for those who prioritize hill climbing and off-road adventures. It's got dual 450 watt motors, providing a combined 900 watts of nominal power and a top speed of 21 miles per hour. With its 52 volt, 50 amp hour battery, you can expect a range of up to 21 real world miles. And its 10-inch pneumatic tires ensure a smooth ride even on rough terrain. The Climber currently retails for $700. Next on our list is the GoTrack GX0. This scooter is a popular choice for its affordability and performance. It's got dual 500 watt motors reaching a top speed of 28 miles per hour. With its 36 volt 15.6 amp hour battery, you can expect a range of up to 25 miles in the real world. And its sturdy design and solid frame make it a good option for inner city commuters or off-road thrill seekers. The GX0 is currently priced at $900. Last but not least, we have the awesome Leopard DT1. This scooter is a relative newcomer to the market, but it's quickly gaining popularity for its impressive specs and features. It's got dual 1000 watt motors reaching a top speed of 32 miles per hour. With its 48 volt 21 amp hour battery, you get a stated range of up to 47 miles. And its 10-inch pneumatic tires and dual suspension provide a comfortable ride on various terrains. The Leopard DT1 currently retails for $9.99 on their site. Alright, now that I got the pleasantries out of the way, let's go ahead and just chat a little bit about each one of these. Let me give you my personal take on each one, one at a time. You guys know, in general, if you watch my my videos, my opinion of the Hover One. It's my scooter. It's my first scooter, and I, for what it is, you can't beat it. In my opinion, I really love it. As far as it's not perfect. I knew that when I got it. It's a $500 scooter, but for a $500 scooter, it's really for the most important things, in my opinion, it does them all. There are other things that are nice to have, but they're nice to haves. It's sturdy, it's solid. I've never had any mechanical issues whatsoever. A couple flats is the extent of my problems with it. Doesn't have good suspension, but I knew that going in. Everything that I expected, it has met. It hasn't, necessarily exceeded my expectations, but for $500, it's met every one of them. So, I'm a big fan of the Hover One Journey Max, and I do recommend it as long as it's under $500. I wouldn't personally pay more than $500 for the scooter, but most of the time I'll find it on sale on Amazon for under $500, and I do believe it's worth that. All right, moving on to the Hover One Renegade. Now, to be honest, I had the Hover One Journey Max before I learned of the Renegade, so I might have been tempted, especially at $326.24. So I wasn't aware of it. It's got Bluetooth. I don't have a Bluetooth. on mine. It's got dual 450 watt motors. I only have 350 watt dual motors. It's got 10-inch high grip tires. I only have 8.5-inch tires. So that's kind of, those specs, kind of impress me. And the fact that it's a Hover One says something about it. What I looked at when I looked a little closer, what I realized is this is an older dual motor scooter from Hover One. The Journey Max is a fairly newer scooter, and just based on what I've read and what I've looked at, the Hover One's a more solid scooter. This one looks a lot cooler. It's actually got rear suspension. I don't have any suspension. There's like a couple things that are like, wow, for that price, I mean, I'd be willing to give it a shot. But I do believe that it's $326 for a reason, and the Hover One Journey Max is around $500 for a reason. So that's just my take on it. I've read it's unstable when you get up to speed by more than one reviewer. So that is not the case for the Journey Max. Have got no unstable. The closest I would call to something that was unstable was the back tire rattling when I changed it for the solid tire. But that's not how it came, and I still didn't really consider it unstable, just unsettling more than anything. So that's interesting. For $326 or $400, $100 less than the Journey Max. Actually, I think the Journey Max is currently like $450. So on Amazon. So if you got the Capital One savings, it's a steal. It's a steal probably for $300. I mean, what do you got to lose if you don't like it? But I've heard it can lose stability at top speeds. I'll say high speeds because it doesn't go but 18 miles an hour. So you get to 18 miles an hour, it starts to shake. That's interesting. In any case, that's my take on that. Moving on to the InMotion Climber. The InMotion Climber, it's a good scooter. It's got dual 450 watt motors like the Renegade. It's probably nicer than a Renegade, obviously. It's got split rims, 10-inch tires as well, no suspension, and so I like the split rims because it has tubes, and if you need to change the tube, that makes life much easier. For that reason, I could recommend and that you go from let's say a Journey Max to an InMotion Climber. I will be tempted to. I did see somewhere today that the InMotion Climber, someone said that they really liked it until it died on them. So it died on them, and now they're trying to figure out what to do. I'm sure they hadn't. I don't think they had contacted InMotion. I think they bought it on Amazon, and they thought they were just going to be kind of screwed. But I believe you should probably, if it's under warranty, I believe there's probably like a year warranty or something like that on the Climber. You should be able to follow up in some kind of way if your scooter just completely dies on you. But supposedly that's what happened to an InMotion Climber customer that I noticed today when I was doing some research. So, but other than that, InMotion is a reputable company. They have some really good scooters. They also do the electric unicycles that are pretty cool. They have some reputable machines that they create. So, I wouldn't be too nervous about getting an InMotion Climber in general. Next, we have the GX0 from GoTrax, and for $899, it's definitely tempting. It's definitely tempting. Dual 500 watt motors. It does have a tested top speed of 28 miles per hour. Tire size is 2.5 by 10. Pretty nice. Sturdy scooter. GoTrax is a reputable brand as well, and it's UL listed, which all GoTrax scooters are. I don't believe the Climber is. The Hover ones are are both UL listed. So, that's really, I think $899 is a good price for the Zero. To be honest, I think it's a solid scooter for that price. A good company, dual motors. It's got suspension. I mean, performance-wise, I would probably put it on the same level. I mean, it does go 28 miles an hour. But as far as like hill climbing and so forth, it's probably very similar to the Climber or um, the Journey Max. So I can't really speak to the Renegade, although it should be able to climb hills. And I've heard, I did hear, from people that it does do that pretty well. It's just the top, when you get to the top speeds, that it starts to feel shaky, which is, I don't like that. 18 miles an hour isn't too scary or anything like that, but still, you don't want to have instability at 18 miles an hour. That's just a poorly made scooter. Sorry to say. And then let's go to the very final one, which might be the most interesting one here. It's $1,000. It's the most expensive, so it should be the most interesting. But I've seen a couple of reviews on this one, and it seems to be a solid scooter. They have the awesome Gallop, which is I think a step up from this. It's over 1,000. I was trying to stay under 1,000 for all of my scooters that I was looking at today, but this one is a good one. It's under $1,000. It's got dual 1,000-watt motors. I seen it go. I think it was tested at 35 miles of maximum speed, even though it says 32 here. And I didn't see a range test, so I don't know the full tested range. 47 likely is with a 150-pound rider on flat surface going 5 miles an hour. Something like that in eco mode, whatever. It's in the lowest possible mode. It's a consistent speed on a nice day. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's 70 degrees outside. Everything's perfect. So under perfect conditions in eco mode, you probably get 47 miles of range if you weigh 150 pounds or less. Other than that, you're probably looking at this one, maybe 30 in the high 20s, maybe. It's hard to say. It could be half that. I've seen it all over the place. So without it being tested, can't swear to it. I've heard it's really solid at top speed. I saw the tests or whatever, and it's really solid at top speed. It seems like the Awesome line is a decent line. They're putting out some good scooters. And once again, even though this one says 1,000-watt brushless motor, I can look at this picture and tell they're dual watts. And I watched a review, 2 reviews, and they're definitely 2,000-watt motors. So the dual motor. 1,000 watts, 2,000 watts total for $1,000. That's pretty good. It seems like a pretty solid scooter. It's not top of the line or anything, but for the money, man, that's decent. I'll admit, that is decent. All right, guys. I just want to do that second part, just kind of like once again like off the cuff, and then spend a couple minutes kind of going over those things. So if you enjoyed this content, you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and happy riding.